Hi everybody, welcome back to Charmed Intuition Tarot. So for today's video, we are doing something a little different, a little special. I am going to be doing a reading. I am doing some deck reviews, showing you how to make the coziest fort ever, and we are making Dunkaroo dip. So I am going to put the timestamps below if you'd like to skip ahead to a particular point in the video. And thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy. Hi guys. Okay, so for the first deck, we have this deck. It's called the Lovely Omens Tarot, and this is by Keely L. And here we have her Instagram and her little shop where you can purchase the deck. I will link that down below. Just a really nice business card. And she also included this postcard because I bought it around Halloween time, and Halloween's my favorite holiday, so I was super excited. So I have this hanging all year round in my tarot room. So let's take a quick look at this. This deck reminds me of the 90s. I wouldn't even say, I don't know if that's what she was going for. Her artwork is amazing, you'll see, but I think it reminds me of the 90s because it reminds me of Clueless, but it also reminds me of Sabrina, the show Sabrina. So it gives me that feeling, that nostalgic feeling when I use this deck. So I'll just show you a few of the cards. I love the cups in this deck. They're all different teacups. They're really cute. Emperor, Queen of Wands, my favorite court card. So really, I love the colors, like the pink, white, and black, I think are really striking. A lot of you have asked about this deck in readings that I've done, in picket card readings. I really like it for love readings especially. It's got a really nice cardstock. I like it. I find it really easy to shuffle. I've got little hands, so I sometimes struggle with shuffling. They're not overly shiny. They're actually like the perfect amount of shiny, I'd say, because sometimes I find, especially with filming, cards that are too shiny, they glare. These don't do that, but they're still slick enough that it's really easy to shuffle with. So really recommend this deck. The box is a really nice sturdy box. It's got the name there, Lovely Omens Tarot. And I wanted this deck for a really long time before I finally got it, and I was super happy to add it to my collection. I highly recommend it. So I will link her store down below where you can purchase this deck. Love it. When it came in this really pretty bag too, she packaged her packaging, like the whole presentation was really nice. It was like a nice little surprise to open. Okay, the next one is the 80s Tarot by Laura Wingrove. And I heard about this deck on Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, where I hear about a lot of the decks that I end up purchasing, because Tara just has a knack for finding the coolest decks. She's just so in the know with decks. I'm always, she never ceases to amaze me. I'll go to her channel and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? Like, what has she found now? She's, in fact, the Oracle Pogs I'll show you, I learned about on Tara's channel. So always recommend Tara's channel, Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. But yeah, this is really nostalgic. So the pentacles are record players. The swords are the Polaroids. More pentacles. Another swords card. The cups are the old computer systems. And then the major arcana cards are sort of like pop culture icons. So let me show you, like from movies, and let me just show you. So there's Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. There's Beetlejuice for the devil, which makes a lot of sense. You can tell a lot of thoughts gone into these as well. What am I missing? I think of wands. Oh, the wands are really cute. Let me show you that. Got Ghostbusters there. They're very vibrant, beautiful cards. I really love them. So here we have a wands with the cassette, which are my favorite. I love that. So really love these. I think especially if you grew up in the 90s or 80s or 90s, it's really going to bring you back. It's super fun to use. So definitely recommend that. I will link Laura's Etsy shop down below where you can pick up this deck. Okay guys, so this was the deck I was most looking forward to showing you guys because it's brand new. I'm super excited about this. I learned about this particular oracle from Tara over at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and wait till you guys see this. Now, if you didn't grow up in the 90s, let me just give you a quick little explanation of what Pogs are. So this is by Moon Pumpkin. Let me just make sure I have that correct. Yes, moonpumpkin.com. Okay, and she's got an Instagram with her artwork on it as well. But this is just genius. And especially if you grew up in the 80s and 90s. The 90s were when these were very popular. But what they were just milk caps. And they would have different designs. And you would collect them. And then you would play either for trades or for keeps. Or that is the same thing, for keeps. Or you would, you know, not play for trades. You would just play for fun. But yeah, they were called Pogs, milk caps with different designs of things that were popular and just different cool designs. These foil ones I always thought were really cool. This was a Casper one. Casper was my favorite movie in the 90s. Absolutely loved it. And what you would do is you would stack them and you would take one of these heavier Pogs called a slammer and you would, see, I wouldn't have won any, but ordinarily some of them would flip up right side up and then those were the ones that you got to keep. So really cool. And what Moon Pumpkin has done is created a Pog Oracle, which to me is so genius and amazing. And what she has, so she's got this one, which I'll show you in just a minute, but she also has some expansion sets. So this is the Halloween Pogs Oracle, or the Halloween edition. So she's got 6 Halloween Pogs here, which I'm really looking forward to using. And this guidebook for these particular Pogs is one of the Goosebumps books. Can you, like, do you remember that? That just brings me back. So all of the explanations of what the Pogs mean. So we'll open this together. And it came with this little cute skeleton. Now, inside the backpack, it came with one of these, and I forget the name of it. Tara knew the name of it. I forget what it was called. So basically, I used to make these all the time. So they were little fortune tellers. So you would pick a word. So body, B-O-D-Y. Pick a number. Say 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1. Drink water, which is actually very on point. I do need to drink more water and less iced coffee. So when you look into the backpack, you have your Oracle guidebook, which I'll show you in a moment, but you can just see the amount of effort and love and thought that's gone into this, right down to the little details here with the chakra and your sign information and how to use them. She explains what goes into the bag and what they are and how to use them, different spreads, the definitions of each one. And you can definitely use these intuitively just by the image. So on the little backpack, it's got a little clip. You could clip it onto your purse. She's got her information here. It says a nostalgic divination tool for the modern mystic. So this would be a wonderful gift for anyone that you know that loves nostalgia and divination. This would truly be like the gift of a lifetime. So, okay, so we'll just set the backpack aside. So similar to what I was explaining here with the slammer, this includes a slammer. So you have the choice between pink or teal. I chose the teal, and it's got a little troll. It says you are a treasure. And then you've got your Oracle Pogs. So just the thought, again, that's gone into these. So for instance, you've got your Kool-Aid kind of vibe. It says mix it. And they have, keywords, so fresh start. So if you had this in a reading, you would know maybe it was the beginning. This would almost be like the ace in tarot. So you could definitely use the guidebook. So let's pick one. So say we picked strength. Let's go to our little guidebook here. So strength is about having control over yourself and taming the beast within. Befriend your demons and walk, befriend your demons and they can become allies. Work to heal and mitigate your addictions. Push through difficulties to achieve your goals. Make sure you are being physically active to stay healthy and sharp. So really cool. So you could do this in many ways. You could do spreads just like in tarot, by picking out of the bag, or you could play like I explained. And Tara over at Kittens and Tarot makes a really good point. She mentioned how if you still had Pogs, you could definitely add them to this and include them in your little oracle. Now, my brother collected Pogs and I loved his collection. I didn't have any because it was kind of like one of those things that my brother had that he would let me play with and look at, so that was good enough for me. And I recently messaged him and said, hey, what are you doing with your Pogs? Do you still have them? And he still wants to keep them, which I don't blame him, because, you know, as you get older, you start missing these things and just sort of like, there's so many things that I got rid of growing up that I wish I had kept. And luckily I did keep quite a bit. But, you know, when you're growing up, you don't think, you know, you think you're done with this stuff. It's when you become an adult, you're like, oh my gosh, I really wish I still had that. I wish I could just look at it. And that's kind of what I've been going through lately. If you've noticed, a couple of my readings lately have been sort of 80s or 90s themed, and I'm just craving that time in my life. So, you know, stuff like this really is fun to use. And I'm going to do a little reading at the end of this video, including these Pogs. If you're interested, we can just sort of do just like a charm Pog reading. But just the thought that's gone into it, I mean, VHS, yes. So if you're asking a yes or no question, you got yes, you know, there you go. So you could really work with these any way you want. We've got abundance here. And you'll notice like the images are very familiar. So remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, we've got Fresh Start. So really fun. I just love them. I was so excited to see these. Are You Afraid of the Dark was one of my favorite shows growing up. Loved that, and Goosebumps. So let's open this together, shall we? So we've got, add this pin to your Oracle Pogs backpack. Like the little details are like, I would have gone crazy for this as a kid. Like I said, my brother, he had so many Pogs. He was definitely a collector. And these ones, if he's watching, Mom gave me these. I didn't steal them from you. Mom gave them to me. Those were part of his collection, but when we were going through our stuff from when we were little, my mom gave me a few of them. So if he's wondering where those ones are, I have them. Okay. So this little guidebook, just like I said, the Goosebumps book, like so cute. Oh, look at the font she's even used. Just so cute. I can't get enough. Brains, and look, chapter. Moon Pumpkin, I am so impressed. I am just so impressed. This would be such a wonderful gift for the person in your life who loves nostalgia and loves divination and oracle. I just think this would be such an amazing gift for somebody. I really highly recommend it. Just the detail with the packaging, it was such a treat to open. I was so excited to unbox it today. I should have recorded it, but I got home from work and I thought, no, it's here. I need to open it. I was just so excited. So, but I'm happy I did, because it kind of gave me a chance to look at these so that I could explain them. Rollerblades. Look at that, blades. So that to me would probably be similar to the swords in tarot, maybe. So yeah, you could definitely work with these intuitively. You could use the guidebook, very user-friendly. Like, I love them so much. I can't even find words to describe how much I love them. And I think I'm gonna do what Tara had talked about, maybe add the Pogs that I have to this collection. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Moon Pumpkin comes out with for future collections. Like if she keeps coming out with more collections, I'm definitely gonna be picking up them all, because this to me is just such a treasure. I love them. I'm gonna store them in my caboodle on my shelf with all my 90s things and just look at them and use them in my readings. Really looking forward to these. So highly recommend these. So excited. Thank you, Tara, for finding these treasures. This is so amazing. And doing your review, I will link Tara's review down below. Highly recommend it. Her reviews are really enjoyable to watch. So yeah. And I hope you guys enjoyed this with the little 90s nostalgic decks. I certainly love them so much. And yeah, comment down below if you like them and which one you would be interested in getting. Okay guys, if you remember Dunkaroo dip from the 90s, then stay tuned, because I'm going to show you how to make it here with a really easy and quick recipe. special reading tonight because this is a bit of a different video today. I'm going to have you pick a troll, and then we're going to get the charms out. We're not really going to make this a card focused reading. It's going to be very charm and oracle Poggz focused. So you can pick a troll. So we have the little blue wishing troll. These ones don't have jewels on their tummy, but you would wish on their little tummies. You would rub their little bellies with the jewel and you would make a wish. So we've got pink for number 2. For number 3, we have the yellow troll. And for number 4, we have the lime green. So whichever troll is calling to you will be your message, and we'll start with the blue troll really quick, though I think I am going to include the Halloween Pogs. I thought this would be fun to pop out together. Sometimes satisfying to do things like this. Don't want to rip it. There we go. Nightmare Before Christmas. Love it. So we'll add these to our little Pog backpack and we'll start with the blue troll. Okay, group 1, if you chose the first little troll, then this is your message from the universe. So we'll pull you some Pogs in just a minute, but let's pull you a few charms first. Okay, so we have Sagittarius. We've got C. I think this is a pence. This is a 20 pence piece. We've got an S and a C. Those initials might be significant to you. We have an end. We have the 3 of swords. We have the bottle, the flamingo, Sagittarius, the roller skate, which is so retro too. Love that. Okay, let's pull you a couple Pogs and we'll see what your message is trying to say. So we've got mix it and take risks. Okay, so I'm getting the message for you, group 1. Let me just raise this up so you can take a nice close look. So before we get into the little guidebook, I'm going to tell you what I think this is talking about. I think you're needing to add some things up. I think you are holding something in, or you're experiencing a time where you're either craving adventure or you're craving a change. You know, something's with the mix it, I feel like something's got to be mixed up. Something's got to be changed. The fact that you got mix it and take risks, I feel like you're craving adventure, you're craving fun, or you're craving excitement, and it could be linked to this 3 of swords situation. Maybe you recently went through something that was difficult or painful, and I think right now it's asking for you to have some fun, mix things up, meet new people, do things that maybe you wouldn't be used to doing, obviously that are safe and fun, like rewarding activities, but do things that might sort of get you out of this feeling that maybe you've been having. Maybe you've been having a hard time lately, and it's just saying, you know, let's mix some things up. Let's have some fun. Let's go on some adventures here. Because you've got the pirate, you've got the beans and rice. I always look at this charm as having fun with somebody, having a good time, friendship, being silly. You've got the rollerblade, which I always think of as gaining momentum, feeling maybe a little uneasy at first, but then once you get your momentum, and then balance here. So maybe things are imbalanced. Maybe you're needing a little bit more excitement and a little bit more fun. Okay, so let's see what the little guidebook has to say here. So I'm just gonna lower these. Okay, so let's see. We've got mix it. So I'm assuming, so take risks and mix it. So I love this guidebook here. So mix it. So it's time to combine your skills, interests, and priorities. Find the perfect recipe. Kool-Aid isn't made with equal parts sugar, water, and flavoring. And how are you balancing your life, which is interesting because you've got the balance charm here with the flamingo. You get to choose what you mix into your life. Choose wisely. This almost reminds me of the temperance card in tarot. So it could be that your life is so work right now that you're not making time for fun things. You're not making time for silliness and things like this, you know, like nostalgia or just having fun or just doing things just because they calm you down or relax you. I think it's time that you sort of look at this like bottle. This makes me think of like, let the top off, like have fun, relax, let loose a little bit. We've got Sagittarius here too, so you could be a fire sign. Okay, so let's see what that take risks thing. I think that really goes well with the card or the Pog we already got. But so we've got, you are approaching a pivotal moment in your life. Step fully in the direction you wish to go. The unknown can be seen as something to fear, or it can be seen as a gift from the universe. Open this gift and see what's inside. Beginner's luck is on your side. Adventure awaits, which makes so much sense with this pirate too. I think you guys are on the verge of some sort of adventure, some sort of excitement. I think for you guys, mixing it up right now, having fun, trying new things, doing things just because they make you happy and they relax you might lead you to something greater. Like a hobby, for instance, might lead you to something that you never even thought possible. Take tarot, for instance. Like, I never thought my love of divination would lead to something like this. So always, I think it's important to nurture those things that just make you happy just because. And I think for you, maybe it's been so much work lately that it's time to sort of find that balance again, just like the Mix It card was or the Mix It Pog was talking about. So if this message resonates, Group 1, I'd love to hear it down below. I know this was a bit different, but I thought it was really fun to just sort of play with the new Pogs and the charms together. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much. Group 2, if you chose the second troll, then this is your message. We'll just stick him over here. We're going to pull you a few Pogs. We've got the little guidebook here, but first let's just pull a few charms out. You have S, the pineapple, the baseball glove, the soccer ball. You've got the doll, will, and you've got the key, 2 ands. So there's more to the story. Whatever's happening here isn't over. We've got create, mountain. Okay, let's see what your Pogs have to add to this message, and then we'll try and see what the universe is trying to say. We've got abundance, and speak up. Oh, okay. All right. I already know what this is about. So this is about you. Okay, let me raise this up so you can take a nice close look here. I already know what this is about because you've got the pineapple, which is abundance as well. So you have 2 abundance messages. You also have the mountain, which the mountain always makes me think of mountains to climb, like that expression, like you've got things that you want to accomplish. You might not be there yet, but you're well on your way, and with strength and determination, you're going to get there. We've got messages of teamwork here, lots of like team playing messages. Okay, we've got an S here, so that could be initials, and we've got the key here. Okay. We also have, this always makes me think of like progress. The old style bicycle makes me think of progress, moving forward. Even though it might seem slow, forward is forward. So keep moving forward. You also have create and speak up. So what I think this is, and we'll read the book as well, but I think this is just talking about you either speaking up for yourself as a person, for what you need and what's important to you and what you want in your life, but also allowing yourself to go for your goals, make them happen. There's abundance available to you. I think there's something that you really want to accomplish and you're on your way, and you might be feeling like, it's taking a long time, or, but I see you getting there with create and the key. The key tells me that you have the answer. You already have what it takes. The mountain makes me think I'm picturing you on top of the mountain with a different perspective. You've climbed the mountain, and once you're at the top, you're going to see things a lot clearer. We also have a lot of messages of teamwork too. So that would make sense with speaking up, working well with others, speaking up, being a team player, and then also voicing what it is that you need. Will makes me think like you've got the will to make this happen. And the ands, like I said before, is the story's not done. If you get up, get back up, keep pushing for your goals. So let's take a look at the little guidebook here and see what messages she's got here. So you are receiving gifts and rewards from the universe. You are so worthy. Celebrate what you have. Take time to show gratitude to those that have helped you, which makes sense with the team playing message. So, and this has to do with friendship too, the pineapple. Okay. Don't forget to share. Abundance is when your cup runneth over. So sharing. So again, working well with others, sharing, creating, working. I think this is really sort of talking to me about progress towards your goal, but also, you know, it can be a group effort, asking for help when you need it, offering help when you see someone else needs it. And I think sharing that abundance, sharing that growth is a really important message too. So then we have speak up. So let's search for that. A bit of ASMR sounds here for you. Okay. Make your voice heard. Listen to those that wish to be heard. So again, working well with others here. Respect someone's decision to stay silent. Words are powerful. Wield this power with caution and attention to detail. Recognize where words have affected you. Be aware of where your words have hurt others. Use your words to heal. That is so true. You know, when we're angry or in a really strong emotional state, sometimes we can say things out of intensity or passion or anger or hurt, whatever the case may be. And you know, I think it's really important to be careful with words. Think, you know, see the bigger picture and realize how your words can affect other people, but also yourself too. I think that's really important with this message is, you know, not only making your voice heard, but what are you saying to yourself? What are the words that you're saying to yourself? Are you doubting yourself before you've even tried to climb that mountain? You know, I catch myself doing it all the time. I'll say things to myself and I'm like, whoa, why would I say that? You know, we tend to be our own worst enemies and our own worst critics. So I think that's a message too, like watching what you say to yourself, realizing that you have what it takes. You've got the key. This is your life. It's okay to speak up for yourself too. Okay, so I think that seems to be your message today, group 2. I hope you enjoyed that. I know today was a little bit different. Today's video was different in general. I'm going to try and do one of these sort of fun, different kind of videos once a month. So if you did enjoy it, let me know down below in the comments and we'll see you next time. Hi, group 3. If you chose the yellow troll, then this is your message. We'll just put him over here. We'll take a look at your Pogs in just a moment. First, let's pull a few charms. Okay, so we've got the boar, we've got the horse. I always look at that as night energy. We've got the T, the cage with the open door, 10 of wands, female energy, wing, the fox, the chariot, the star, and the doll. Okay, so let's take a look at what Pogs you get, and then we'll tell you what your message is. So we've got excuse me, and meant to be. Okay. Let's raise this up so you can take a look. So I'm really curious to know what this excuse me message is, and that might help me piece together what the charms are talking about. Okay. Your intuition is telling you that something is not as it seems. Trust it. Something you are the only one who is suspicious. It does not mean you are wrong. Question the motives of those that are trying to change you, or those that try to change you, sorry. Stand tall in who you are, stand tall in your truth. Ooh, okay, so there's definitely, with this fox being here, there's someone that you might kind of have a gut intuition feeling about in your life, in your personal life. Okay, so it's just asking you to trust that. And then we have meant to be. Now this one's from the Halloween one, so let's just grab the Moon Pumpkin Oracle Pogs Goosebumps book. So, meant to be, chapter 4. We often revisit lessons from our past with the information in different perspective, as if we are traveling around on a spiral, always moving forward but remembering where we came from. The spiral symbolizes patience and the passage of time. You have come a long way and still have further to go. Acknowledge your accomplishments. What is meant to happen will happen for you. Okay, so you're definitely, I think you're on your own journey right now. I think you're at a point in your life where you're starting to figure out what you want and not paying so much attention to the opinions of others. So maybe previously you did things just because other people were doing them, or other people were at that point in their life where, for instance, maybe people are getting married and having kids, and maybe that's not what you're not at that point yet, or something like that is coming through where you're kind of going off on your own journey here. With the chariot and this night energy, I feel like you're at a point where you're making decisions based on yourself. You're listening to yourself here. And there's a freedom here with this cage of freedom of opinions of other people, freedom to be yourself. I think you are truly listening to yourself, to your intuition. I think you've got a goal. I think you've worked really hard too. And it's encouraging you to keep working hard. We also have a message too of like trusting your own abilities, trusting your wings. That could also be a message that you're protected as well. Now we've got the door here. The T could be an initial, but the door talks about a new journey or going your own way sometimes. And I'm kind of getting that really strongly here with the meant to be with the life cycles here. And then excuse me, which is like not letting people mistreat you perhaps. You know, maybe you were in a situation where you always let people treat you just however, say whatever they wanted. And I think you're at a point now where you're going your own way. You're deciding what you will and won't put up with. You're really sort of coming into your own here. You're really discovering who you are, what you want. And you're realizing too that we all do things in our own time and a different timing too. So just because some people are doing something some way doesn't mean that's the way you have to do it. It's all our own life. I think this is just talking about you being yourself, trusting your intuition about people and situations, and knowing too, like if you're on a journey or you're struggling right now, knowing that you're almost there. This 10 of Wands message is making me feel like the door is right around the corner. A change is right around the corner. Keep on course, keep strong, keep courageous. A lot of messages about courage here and strength with the Chariot and the Knight here. So I think it's just reminding you to stay courageous, stay strong, trust your intuition and your opinions, and you don't have to do things the same as everyone else. You can do things your own way. You can be yourself. You can be an individual. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a wonderful thing. So if this did resonate, group 3, if that makes sense for anything that you're going through right now, I'd love to hear it down below in the comments, and we'll see you next time. If you chose the green wishing troll, then this is your message. Put him over here. We'll do your Pogs in just a minute. First, let's see what charms you got. So you got a 4, an L, and and a 2. Finances, the star, and the direction charm. It's got a 2 and a 4. Okay, so those numbers could be talking about dates or just might be significant to you. Let's pull you a few Pogs. Okay, you got, oh, what will you find in the dark? And the circle of life. Okay, so direction might connect with that. Let me just take a look here, you guys. I'm getting a strong sense that something's not as bad as you might be perceiving it to be at this point. You might be imagining something to be worse than it actually is. This could involve a fear about finances or career, possibly. Or you might be having some money worries or something. So I see something turning out a little bit better, or it could just mean that you're currently in a bit of a situation that might be difficult, but eventually it's going to change. Things are going to change with the circle of life. And what will you find in the dark is making me think of your fears, like facing your fears, dealing with something head on that you might have been putting off or avoiding. But let's take a look here at the book and see what okay, so you've entered the solitude of the shadow. The deeper you go, the more you will heal. Use this time for self-reflection and rest. Drink plenty of water. Call upon the shadow goddesses for guidance. A light will guide you out when it's time to emerge. So I'm feeling like this is talking about like following, like I love the guidance message with the little compass there. Use this time for self-reflection and rest. Drink plenty of water. Interesting. Okay. The light will guide you. Isn't that interesting? Because you have the star too. So a light will guide you out when it's time to emerge. So it's just saying if you're going through a challenging time right now, just know that it's going to pass. I think that makes sense too with the circle of life. Let's take a look at what that has to say. There are highs and there are lows to every cycle. Whether you're at the top of your game or you have hit rock bottom, remember you will eventually leave this part of the cycle and travel to another. Be aware that everyone is experiencing their cycle differently and learn to coexist. I think that makes sense with this. I always think of this as friendship. So it could be that maybe you're going through a different time than a friend is. Maybe a friend is going through a challenging time and you're at a really high point, or vice versa. You know, maybe you're going through a challenging time and you see a friend that's going through, you know, seems to be everything's coming easy to them. Just know, like, that's just the cycle of life. That perfectly said it here. So be aware that everyone is experiencing their cycle differently and learn to coexist. So it says everything you see exists together in a delicate balance. Mufasa, the Lion King. So, and that's so true. So just know if you are going through a challenging time, your turn for a really good, easier time is coming up. Okay, because there's that friendship message here too. So I feel like maybe you're comparing your journey to somebody else, which is easy to do, but just remember, we all experience things at different times. There's no right way or right timing for anything. Everyone has their own timing for different things in their life. You know, that's just the circle of life, just like that Poggz described. So I really like that. And then just going back to what you find in the dark. So you have entered. So I'm really feeling like maybe you're in a time where you're feeling it's really shadowy. You're trying to find, you know, your path or your direction. Just know that it'll happen. It's going to happen. This could have to do with career. So maybe you're comparing your career, the point you are in your career, with somebody else. But just know that things are going to happen when they're meant to happen. Okay, you're gonna have your answer very soon, I promise you. Okay, you just follow your intuition, follow your inner guidance, and know that your turn is coming. It's okay, you know, it's gonna be fine. And 24 might be significant to you. Okay, that could be a birth date, that could be a date, you know, anything like that. So just know that things, you know, things are gonna pan out for you too. Just give it some time. Also, you know, I was gonna say too, so if you're experiencing where a family member or friend is having a really good time, you'll learn to be happy with them, be happy for them. And then when your turn comes, or, you know, you're going through something, you know, they're going to be happy for you. So it's good to cheer each other on and just know, you know, we can all help each other. That's the other thing. So I think this is a really important message for somebody here if you chose the 4th troll. If this did resonate, let me know down below in the comments, and we'll see you next time.